Hello, welcome to Data Journalism Portfolio Exercise 3 Excel Skills. This is part 2. In part 1 we introduced basic skills. Part 2 we're going to show you a worked example. And this is the end product. This is a table of oil and gas producers in the top 500 companies in 2015. And it lists the countries, the number of companies, and the value of those companies. And it gives totals along the bottom. And I'm going to show you a worked example from the data, and the portfolio exercise is to do the same thing, except not with oil and gas producers, with another sector. Now there's a link to the data on Moodle, but I'm just going to show you how to search and get the data. So if we go to Google, we go to FT Top 500. And the top one that we get is FT 500 2015. And if we go down here, we see Global 500. That's our data set. And if I open that in Excel, this is what I want to do, a blank one, we'll see that there are about 500 companies. In fact, there are 500 companies. And if we go to the top of the spreadsheet, see it's the FT Global 500 market values and prices of March 2015. And what we're going to do is take this table in this data, and you see this is the ranking, this is the company, this is the country, this is the market value, and this is the sector. And so the first thing we're going to do is select this table. So what I've done is gone to the top corner, not right at the top, but just where the headings are, press shift and move my cursor along the top. So I'm just selecting the top row, and then keep my cursor, keep my shift key pressed down, press page down, and go down to the end one, which is in 505. Okay. Whoops, I didn't press enable editing because it's a downloaded file. So I'm going to start again. So I click enable editing. I'm now on an actual file. Go to the top, press shift, the heading row, shift is pressed down, press page down. So I've selected all these, all this data. And now I'm going to sort that data. And I'm going to click the sort and filter button. And I'm going to do a custom sort. And the first level of my sort, you see here it says my data as headers. So it's taken the first row as the header. That's exactly what I want. So I can say sort by, and the first thing I'm going to sort by is the sector. And this is going Z to A. Well, I actually want it A to Z. And then I'm going to add another level of sort. So as well as sorting on sector, I'm then going to sort on country. Again, A to Z. If I click OK, you will see that it's sorted aerospace and defence, France, UK, US. So it's sorted first by this and then by this. What information do I need? I essentially need the country, the market value, and the sector for my bit. Okay, so my bit is not banks, it's not beverages or chemicals, not food producers. I'm going to go down and find oil and gas producers. To make it simple for myself, I'm just going to select this bit. So the rankings, the company name, the country, the value, which is millions of dollars, it says so at the top, and oil and gas producers. And I'm going to select that up to all equipment and services. Okay. And I'm going to copy that. So Control C, that copies it. I'm going to click on the plus button to create a new sheet, and I'm going to do Control V to paste. Right, cut and paste. So here you will see I've got Brazil, Canada, China, France, Hong Kong, India, etc., etc. Right, so let's start creating my table. So my table is called, so you start with a title, oil and gas producers in the top 500 companies 2015 by country. And my first column is going to be called country. My second column is going to be number of companies, and that's going to make that a bit bigger so it fits in. And my next column is going to be market value. Okay, and I've decided, well, we'll change the numbers in a bit. So there's quite a few here. When you do it, I'm going to ask you to choose at the very least a category which is at least 3 countries, and I'm going to ask you to do all the countries, but I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do India, well, I'm going to do Brazil, UK, USA. Just going to do those to make it simpler for myself. So the first one is Brazil, and I'm going to make this real easy. The number of companies is 1, and the market value is equal to the sum, open brackets, and then I'm just going to choose that, and I'm going to close brackets. So it's the sum of that. Okay, it's a sum of 1. It's the same as the value, but just to make it consistent. And my next one is going to be UK. Now, how many UK companies are there? 1, 2, 3. 3 companies. And the market value is equal to the sum of, open brackets. Now, I could type in E19 to E21, which would be E19, whoops, E19 colon E21. Yeah, but I'm actually, this is another way of doing it. I put equals sum of, open brackets, and then I just use my mouse to select those 3, and then close brackets. Same thing, just a different way. And my last one is going to be USA, and this time I'm not going to bother counting them up. Oops. I'm going to put equals count of, and I'm just going to add those up and bracket. Oh, not count. Oh, D. I chose the wrong column. I should have chosen E. So that's easy. I'm going to click into there. E and E. So that's 10 companies. And then here I'm going to do the sum of that. So now I've got a little table which has got Brazil, UK, USA, and I'm going to put totals. Put totals, number of companies equals the sum of those 3. And then the value is equal to the sum of those 3. Okay. So you notice here, let's just do things that we would do in a table. Capitalize the title. Often you italicize the column names. Now, it's nearly done. But the thing is, this value is in millions. If I go to the top of this spreadsheet, it says market values and prices, and then it goes market value $1,000,000. Okay. I want market value $1,000,000,000. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, if that's in millions, I divide by 1,000. So I'm going to divide each one by 1,000. So what I do is I go to the, click on the cell, go to the formula bar, type /1000, which means divide by 1,000. Okay, for each one, divide by 1,000, divide by 1,000. Right. I don't change this last one because it just works. It's just an addition of those that are already divided by 1,000. I don't want to divide it by 1,000 twice. Okay, so my last thing is I want to remove the decimal point. I just want the simpler numbers. So I'm going to select the data, and then up here I've got a thing which is for formatting. At the moment it's just a number. So if I click on that, I've got lots of different choices. I can make it a currency, right, which I sort of want to do, but a bit more exact. I go down to the bottom, click more number formats, and what I really want is a currency with no decimal places, and the symbol that I want should be $United States. Okay. So Brazil's got one company, 39 billion. UK's got 3 companies in total, 353 billion. USA 10 companies, 908 billion. As it happens, I could do what the average was of each one. Let's do that. The average value per company, and that's equal to that divided by that, and that's equal to the total market value divided by the number of companies. 908 billion divided by 10. Okay. Now here our formatting's gone back, but I can change it. More number formats, currency, no decimal places. Average value per company from that country. The total doesn't make any sense in this case. Oh, it does actually. Equal the total market value of all 14 divided by 14. Okay. More number formats, no decimal places. Okay. So that table, the only thing you might add to it is the source is FT top 500. So your assignment is to basically do the same exercise, but instead of oil and gas producers, do another sector. It has to have at the very least 3 countries, and you should do the full exercise rather than what I did, which was a smaller selection.